this little top from Fab. Oh, there we go. We live, y'all. We live. We live. Hey, it's Wellness Wednesday. Wellness Wednesday. I had to fix my top, y'all. I got this new top from Fabletics. I don't know. But they're cute and durable, and I like it for the summertime, okay? I'm reading this book. And y'all have to excuse me. I'm be drinking water. I am hot in the best way possible because I freaking love it. I'm reading a book and I want to talk about it. How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. I never thought I would be one of these people that preach about reading books, but y'all, if you don't do nothing else in your life, you should read a book. I mean, they're awesome. Okay. Like, I literally didn't go to college. So I can say that I haven't read books since what, high school? When the last time you read a book? But if you can say that you haven't read a book in this last year, you should pick yourself up one because they are adding mad value to my life. This book is very interesting because a lot of the times you're going through life and you're not really feeling like, dang, I'm not connecting with these people. I'm not influencing how I like. I'm not getting, the things done that I need. Like, it can feel heavy. All right. And things like this take such a toll on our health. One, we be having to do better with our narratives. Now, I'm not gonna say that that's not true because a lot of the times our narratives in itself is a roadblock. Okay, and what I mean by narratives is like if you tell yourself constantly like, "Oh, I don't have no friends. I don't have no friends. I'm alone. I'm doing this by myself. I'm angry. I'm broke." All these things. You're literally creating a narrative for your life. And because that's your expectation, the universe is like, oh, bet you broke. Okay, cool. Let me turn the dial on and make sure you stay broke. So you could win, and we see this all the time. You could win $1,000,000. But since your narrative is that you broke, the universe conspires for all your desires, even that broke ass one you got. Okay. So aside from that, because narratives is something like you constantly have to work on, like how you talk to yourself, your thoughts, your things. But this is literally, and I'm not even done, y'all. I'm about to preach to y'all off of, I don't know how, like, it's kind of, the book is set up a little different. I'm on chapter 4, but it's like the second part. So it's set up a little different. Um, he don't really, maybe I missed that explanation. Okay, yeah. So it's 4 parts. I'm only on part 2. Okay. And the 4th chapter of part 2. There's 6. The 3rd chapter, excuse me, there's 6. So I'm just gonna talk to y'all about a little bit of it. But I've gotten so much from it. And now I see why a lot of my life has gone how it's gone. And let me tell y'all, my life is pretty damn fabulous over here. Okay. So it's not like I'm over here struggling to live life or whatever. But there's a lot of things that I be having to get comfortable for Wellness Wednesdays. Okay. There's a lot of things that in our lives, even when we have good lives, even when we're happy, there's a lot of things in our lives that we can, y'all, there's cat hair. I live with 3 cats now, y'all. I don't, anyway, my bad. It be distracting me, be everywhere. But there's a lot of things in our lives that we can master, we can overcome, we can network, we can connect to people. But a lot of the times we don't talk about the fact that we just don't know how. Like, literally, how the hell do you network, right? And so this is a book. I was in this entrepreneur group, and we were reading a book every week or two. Now I'm behind in my readings, I ain't gonna lie, because I'm doing a lot of business stuff, but I have made it a point to every AM when I get up and every night when I lay down, I read at least 2 pages. And that might not sound like much, but let me tell y'all about momentum, okay? Any goal you have in life, make micro goals, right? In my life, when I was in the business group, it was too much for me to do a chapter a day. So I was like, okay, if I can't do a chapter a day, I know I could do 4 pages a day. Okay, and if that happens to be a chapter, then good. If I read more, then good, but at least 2 pages when I rise and 2 pages when I go to bed. So that's been my goal, and it's been cool. I started this book, I don't know when, and I'm on page 80. And I'm going to tell y'all, like, I used to be on page 0. So there's progress. And one thing about progress is it will push you. I'm not trying to say push. It will encourage you to continue on your path, and that's what momentum is. Anyway, this book is talking about influencing people and winning people over as your friends. And really, if we could take a little dive into what friends are, because I feel like we have this misconstrued version of what friends are. But friends are people who are in your circle that's mutually beneficial, all right? They bring, value to your life. They may bring influence into your life. But these people in your life who not doing nothing for you, every time you get on the phone with them, you aggravated. Every time you're around them, all they got is gossip. Every time you're around them is negative. That's not your friend, okay? If your relationship with somebody is every time y'all get on the phone, y'all talking about somebody else, that's a trauma bond, bro. Okay, that's a trauma bond. Okay, that's not a friend. All right, so that's first thing first. And that's something I had to learn in my life. I ain't saying that to judge you or nothing. Y'all know me. I be like, don't judge me, judge mama. I feel the same way. I'm not going to judge you. But there is a difference between someone you have a trauma bond with and a friend. And that also goes into intimate relationships. And this is a part of healing. All right. Healing is not easy. If somebody told you that, they lying, slap them in the face, kick them off the curb, do what you got to do because they lying. Okay. Healing is not easy. And in the process, the reason why I think that I have like imaginary cat here in my eye, I don't know. The reason why healing gets so difficult is because in order to heal, you have to take your consciousness to another level. And when you get to that level, a lot of the things you're doing right now, doing before, it'll be revealed to you that they're not appropriate. Like, one of my biggest things right now is, for the love of God, I just don't want to talk about other people. Now, I still do it sometimes, don't get me wrong, but like, gossiping was a big part of my life. It was like I always was talking about somebody. And I'm really in a space now, it's like I want to talk about solutions. And furthermore, I want to talk about either me or you. Like, how can you be a better person? How can I be a better person? How can we be happy? How can we be joyful? That's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about things that help me, help my community, things that help you. I'm not really interested in gossip or, well, I lie. I do like psychology. Whew, y'all. I love me psychology, but there's a thin line between understanding the psychology behind why people do things and gossip. Because if you're talking to someone else who they're not into the brain, how it works, or psychology, I can talk to them about psychology and it just turns into gossip. So that happens a lot. And then, so for me, how I fix that is I just stop talking about it. Another book I was reading, The Four Agreements, says to keep your words impeccable. And so that has been really big in my life. I can honestly say it's been a struggle. It is a struggle to keep your words impeccable. In itself is a struggle. Like, it sounds real nice, like, oh yeah, impeccable words, but we be real unimpeccable. Is that a word? Not impeccable. We be real not impeccable. I don't know. Y'all get what I'm saying, right? To ourselves, to other people. So to be conscious of that has changed my life. All right. And as I stopped gossiping, I started realizing, like, if I took all this time to talk about other people, what the fuck? Like, what was my focus in life? And how am I coming across to people? Because you think that behind closed doors, you can gossip about someone and that energy is not felt when you're in front of their face. But I've learned that it is, because your conscious knows. Your conscious knows. And so I find that now when I go in rooms of people and I'm not talking about them and I enter the room, my head is a bit clearer and my I'm searching for words today, guys. Excuse me. My encounters with them are a lot more organic, pure. I'm able to not judge people. Like, I thought that I wasn't judging people before, but when I stopped gossiping, I realized that I was, and that's why I was gossiping. You know what I'm saying? So I say all that to say this book is really pointing out simple things that I'm finding that I implement in my life, and it literally helps me on all levels. So I wanted to go through just some of the ones that I have read already. And I mean, I'm talking about, this is fundamental stuff, y'all. Like, when I tell y'all what I'm about to tell y'all from this book, you're gonna be like, duh. But when you think about it on like a fundamental level, it's like, oh, am I really doing that? So, all right, the first one, he talks about criticizing people, right? So the first principle is don't criticize, condemn, or complain. Now, it says criticism is futile because it puts a person on the defense and usually makes him strive to justify himself. Criticism is dangerous because it wounds a person's precious pride, hurts his sense of importance, and arouses resentment. It arouses resentment. Now, this is interesting to me. It seems really simple, like I said, but think about all of the times that criticism comes into your conversation. And there's a way to give your opinion and not criticize. I, in reading this chapter, was like, holy crap, I criticize people more than I thought. And it's interesting because I'm a weight loss coach, right? So when I'm coaching my clients, I don't criticize. I am a cheerleader. I'm literally here for my clients to cheer you on. If nobody else has told you that you are doing amazing today, girl, you're doing amazing. You're looking good. You're walking the walks. You're getting in the gym. You're drinking this water. Your skin look beautiful. I'm that coach, okay? I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, you ate a steak, huh? You know what that's going to do in your gut, huh? But my coaching style is that there's enough people around here beating you up every day, and I'm not going to be one of them. That's not what I'm here for. That's not what you pay me for. I'm going to show up and encourage the fuck out of you so much that it gives you motivation to go out and be your best person every day. That is it, right? funny thing is, I never associated that. Why is that my coaching style, but that's not my lifestyle, right? So I looked at how I talk to people in debates. Like when someone has another opinion and that is different from yours, how do you show up? And I was like, wow, I criticize. Say if you, and this is, I started this a while ago and I've changed it and I see the difference. So crazy. One of the things I noticed was that I would sit in the seat of criticism when I felt criticized. Hello, duh, right? Because if someone criticizes you, it puts, and I'm going to read it again, but if someone criticizes you, it puts you on the defensive and usually makes you strive to justify yourself. It's dangerous because it wounds your precious pride, hurts your sense of importance, and arouses resentment. So I realized that when people are talking to us and they criticize us, it puts us in this space. It puts us in that space and we start to criticize them. And then the next person who comes along, you criticize them because you don't want to be hurt. So you criticize them to put them on the defense so you're not on the defense. Being conscious in communication is like a fucking art. I think we should have whole courses on this in colleges because it's an art. But people like to feel good. You like to feel good, right? You like to feel good, right? Think about when someone talks to you, like what makes you respond? Usually it's motivation. Usually it's appreciation. And so if you want something out of someone, and I don't mean this in like a selfish or like crazy way. I mean this like if you want friendship from somebody, if you desire love from a relationship, if you desire, even if you do want something, like say you want a business referral, say you want to talk to somebody, like for instance, and I'm just using me as an example, I'm a weight loss coach, right? So I get people all the time like hitting me up for like tips and tricks and whatever to lose weight. Here's the thing, I don't care about giving away information. Like my biggest thing is you're gonna pay me for my time, okay? And even that is chopped and screwed because I show up here every Wednesday voluntarily. Y'all don't pay me, but I sit here and talk to y'all. So even though I say that, like it sounds real good, but you can get people to do things and show up for you and they won't charge you. But it's all in how you do it. So say for instance, and I'm just put me on the fly right now, but whatever. If somebody comes to me and they're like, yo, I need to lose weight. I've been having trouble. Can you give me some tips and tricks? I'm like, bitch, can you go to the link on my Instagram bio? But if someone comes to me and they're like, you know what, Cherett, you are killing it out here. I've been watching you grow. I'm so inspired by your story. Like I love how you show up on Instagram and all like the tips and tricks. Don't let them point out a video that I actually did. Like, girl, I saw when you was making that, vegan fried chicken. Like, girl, how you seen that? That was like a year ago, If they big me up, right? And then they're like, you know what? I've been watching you for a while, and there's this one question I've been dying to ask you because I just can't seem to get rid of these 5 pounds. What's something I can do to get rid of a quick 5 pounds? I'm about to spill all the beans, y'all, okay? Because they didn't big me up. They didn't appreciated me, told me, that they was following me. They didn't make my head swole up, my heart swole up and bust with purple glitter. I'm about to give them all the sauce. They about to lose 20 pounds in no time. Okay. And so I give that example because a lot of the times we criticize in an effort to be right. But if you're right, you probably lost. If you're right, you're probably not getting out of the conversation what you need. So instead of criticizing, when you get into conversations, the first thing you do is remove yourself from the conversation first. and big up the person. Appreciate them. Tell them like gratitude. Yo, I love everything you doing. You look fine today. Okay. Damn. You must be drinking water because your skin looking right. Okay, like start off with telling them how dope they are. Because that's just how the psyche works. No one wants to be criticized because that puts them in a defensive place, and now they feel judged and their pride is hurting. All right. So, and I just had to share with somebody. I'm on my 40 weeks, y'all. My lover is gone. I almost called him like 4 times today. And I wanted to tell him about the book. So I decided to tell y'all. That's what's going on. Because I think this is so important. This is stuff we don't talk about enough because we need to be closer as a community, as people. We need to have better relationships. We need to have bigger influence. And this is literally how you do it. So his principle 2 was give honest and sincere appreciation. So that goes with y'all. I know I be squirrel, y'all. I know. My grandma is literally the best woman I know. Like she transcended in October and I love her so much because I moved back home, y'all, to Columbia, South Carolina from Atlanta, and I live with my mom. And next door, my sister and my niece live next door. My grandma is such a G. She bought her house and then bought the one next door. I don't know why she wanted it. I just knew she really wanted it. But do you know that I get to grow up next door to my niece? So I'm watching her go from my mama's house and walk across the yard and go to my sister's house. Do y'all know how special that is? And this is why we do what we do, right? This is why we heal. This is why we work on our relationships, because you should be able to pass on this earth and your granddaughter, your great-great-granddaughter benefit from your existence. Because you were so smart and strategic about your bloodline that your great-granddaughter could grow up next door to her grandma. That shit makes my heart swell. I was like swollen, swell. Anyway, so make sure that when you give your appreciation, it is honest and it's real, because people know when you being fake. That is a whole energy. Fake is an energy. Okay. And so when you do it, when you give the appreciation, make sure you're really feeling it. Okay. If her edges are not laid, don't mention her hair. Okay. Find something that you can appreciate and be honest about that is real and intentional. Okay. And let me tell you this, if you can't find nothing, then you need to check yourself, because we out here and we all reflections. Okay. So if you can't find nothing that you're honestly appreciative on someone else, you're probably needing more self-love. All right. So that's a stepping stone for you. Excuse me. The third principle is arouse in the other person and eager to want. So here he talked about the world is full of people who are grabbing and self-seeking. So the rare individual who unselfishly tries to serve others as an enormous advantage, he has little competition. An increased tendency to think always in terms of other people's point of view and see things from their angle. If you get one thing out of this book, it may easily prove to be one of the building blocks of your career. If you get one thing out of this book, get just this one thing. An increased tendency to think always in terms of other people's point of views and see things from their angle. Looking at the other person's point of view and arousing in him an eager to want for something is not to be construed as manipulating that person so that he will do something that is only for your benefit and his detriment. Each party should gain from the negotiation. Now, that is the key. When you arouse, what time? Okay. When you arouse the eager in someone, make sure it's mutually beneficial. I know y'all like Cherett is not drinking that 89-cent purified water. I'm not. It's spring water. But I need containers to put it in. So I hijack people's water bottles, not just regular people. I know. It's my mama's. I hijacked hers and put the spring water in there. Just so you know. I'm so bougie with my water, y'all. Somebody was like, what do you do for self-love? I was like, drink natural spring water. Natural spring living water. Anyway. So how this works is you know what people want. You know what you want and you know what people want, right? So say you have a friend and you know this friend just loves to go on a hike. But you want them to be really excited about a project that you know they're not excited about. Girl, hype them up for a hike. Go take her on a hike. Get her excited. And on that hike, arouse in her all the benefits that she will get from doing this project. Again, I'm going to let y'all know from my point of view because it's easiest for me. My bad. Y'all know around this time, like the sun is getting different. Ugh. Let there be light. All right. So again, for me, right? I'm trying to think of an example. Like I would do something I don't want to do, but it benefits me. And here's a moment of honesty because Mama Ro don't even know this. Wellness Wednesdays. Now, she actually was just like, I had an interview with her. And let me tell y'all, I did not want to do every Wednesday nothing, not a damn thing, okay? But at that time, I was like, I really needed to learn how to create consistent content. But I didn't want to do it on no one else's platform. I was like, it needs to be for myself, whatever. But we had an interview, and I love Mama Rose so much anyway. But when she came to me, she was just like, it'll be every Wednesday at 4. And I think she mentioned that to me like 3 different times. And I was just so excited that it was her. I was like, you know what? It's consistent. Go, 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 go. Right? Now, I mean, I don't even believe in that instance she was trying to convince me because she didn't really have to because I knew what I wanted. But she spoke to the benefit of me coming on her network every Wednesday for me, right? And the benefit has been that since y'all, I know y'all, okay, first of all, if y'all have been following, y'all can see when I started Wellness Wednesdays, I didn't have a damn thing planned out. I didn't know what I was doing around here. I was just like, be healthy now. People will be like, how can I work with you? Follow my Instagram. Like, I have nothing for y'all. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know if it was food, if it was mindset. And now, because of Wellness Wednesdays, because I get to show up every day, that was the benefit to me. I am working on releasing a course. I have 101 sessions. People book me. I'm a weight loss coach. I can say that and be real cool with it because last year I would have been like, I don't know what the fuck I am. And so she talked to the benefit for me, and that's why I showed up. And of course, it benefits her because I'm on her network and she has a show. So find how you can get somebody eager about what you're doing and how it benefits them, and they will slide on over, and that's how you can influence them. Y'all, I only got the 3 points. My bad, but I get, but don't criticize people. Appreciate them, be honest about your appreciation, and figure out how you can get them eager about it. Figure out what's going to benefit them in the situation and speak to it. Make your relationships about other people and not about you. That's how you win friends and influence people. All right, y'all get this book. I might teach on it a little bit more because it's so important, but this is a game changer. If you get a circle around you that is influencing you, it will soar you to higher heights. It's so important that in our community, we start to get with each other and connect and influence. Okay? So that's my Cherett talk for today. Thank y'all for tuning in. I love you so much. Thank you always for showing up. And I will see you next week, same time, same place, a Wellness Wednesday.